make sure it's in inches, make it 8 by 8, and then 300 pixels per inch. For this one, I would like you to make it CMYK color, and the background should be white. And I'm going to title it Color Wheel 2. Make sure you title them and put your name in them. I'm going to print stuff for the art show, and nobody's has their name on them, so I don't know who they are. Say OK. All right, so then I'm going to go to View, New Guide Layout. You guys have done the same guide layout for your kaleidoscope pictures. Do 2 and 2, 4 and 4, and then nothing for the gutter. Say OK. And then that should be up there. If your ruler isn't showing, go to View and go to Rulers and make sure that that's checked so that you have these rulers along the side and up here. And then you're going to go to your polygonal lasso tool. You're going to make a point at the 4, which is the middle, at the 1.5, so between 1 and 2, and make sure that it is on the side, right on the 0 there. So it's right along the top. There's my second point. I'm going to go in the middle. Make sure you're really in the middle, so 4 and 4. So see how these move around on the side and on the top and the bottom. So I'm really just going to make sure it's at 4 and 4. My mouse is being funny. Above and below. Okay. And then go back to your middle point. And when you know that you're at your original point or your point of origin, when that little O shows up next to it. And that will make a little marching ants triangle. You want to then press Command J. That will make another layer. So then you can turn your background off. And you are going to start making a color wheel that goes in the order of, you're going to do backwards order. I had one up here. So same as this one, okay? So this first one here is going to be red violet. So I'm going to look in my colors over here, and I'm going to find somewhere between red and purple. So purple's down here, red's here. So somewhere in this sort of magenta-y zone. Say OK. Use your paint bucket here and drop that color in there, okay? Next, you're going to do the same thing. So you're going to measure again, use your polygonal lasso tool, start where you last ended, so 1.5 or just beyond it, so you maybe are just overlapping it slightly, and then to the corner, down to 1.5 again on the side. See over here, I have my 1.5. It will move. Make sure it's right on the 1.5 and make sure it's right along the edge. And then I'm going to come back down in the middle here. Make sure you're really, really at the middle. That's what a lot of people, if they do this, have an issue with all their points not meeting up in the middle. And then coming back to your point of origin here. Then go back to your background. Make sure you're in the background before you press Command J. Again, make sure you're in the background, even if it's not showing, before you press Command J. Then press Command J, and that will show up. So my next color is violet. So I'm going to do purple. Again, I'm working kind of backwards here. It's up to you. If you don't want to work this way, you can do it the other way. So I'm going to pick more of a purple. Make sure you don't go too far into the blue. Say OK. I'm going to dump this here. Okay. And then I'm going to do another one. And I'm only going to show you this first box. You're going to do it all the way around. But you don't need to watch me do all of them. Polygonal lasso. 1.5 here. Down to the middle. Down to 4. And then back to my point of origin. Check my color wheel again, and I'll attach this color wheel in Classroom so you guys can see as you work if you want to pull it up for reference. So my next color is blue violet. So I'm going to be on the blue end of things, but first I want to go into my background, press Command J so that it turns white, and then find my blue violet. So I'm just going to come down a little bit, and you can use this little slider if you want. And that's a nice blue violet right there. Say OK. Take your paint bucket tool, dump that in there, okay? So you're gonna do that all the way around so it ends up looking not like that, like this. And mine is funny because I have my other stuff on there, and we'll move on to those other parts tomorrow. But if you want to go ahead and start now, you can stop the video and just keep on working all the way around. If you still aren't sure what to do, you can keep watching the video and I'll keep going. So again, you're going to go in your polygonal lasso tool, start at the center point, so make sure it's 4 and 4. Make sure it's 0 and 4 on the sides. And then you're going to go down to 6.5. So right over here, it should be right at 6.5. And then go back to the center. Okay. Again, going back to my background layer, Command J. So my color here should be blue now, so straight up blue. Move it down. That's a nice blue. Take the bucket it in. Next, I need to use my polygonal lasso again. Center point, 6.5. And then this one, I'm going to touch the corner because I'm making kind of an arrow. And then I'm going to go to 1.5 again here. Oh, wait, no. 2.5. This is where I got confused. So you're going to go in 2.5 along the bottom. Okay? And then that looks too big. Never mind. I lied. All right, let's try this again. Where's my other one? Where did I go for this one? I was at 1.5. I was right the first time. Who knew? All right. Middle point. Six and a half. Make sure you're right on the end here, and then 1.5 again, just like you did on the top. Sorry. That makes sense. And then go back to the middle point again. Make sure you go in the background. Command J. So after blue is blue-green. The blue-green looks a little funny along the scale, but somewhere between blue and green. Here-ish. And then dump it in there. Okay. And then keep going. Polygonal lasso tool. If you at any point feel like you're not matching them up correctly, you can always take your guides off by pressing Command H and then pressing Command H to put them back on again. Back to my origin point. Go back to your background, Command J. And now I need straight up green. Come down here. Like getting in like a yellow green there. Okay. All right. And see, so like this one, press Command J or Command H. I'll take my guides off. So see, got a little funny here. I can actually move these around. So find your layer here, go into the move tool, and if you press the up and down layer arrows, you can kind of move them a little bit. You can also transform them, so if you want to press Command T and make it just a little longer, you can do that. See, I can make it a little taller here. So like they might be, it might like throw the whole thing a little bit off, but and then take this one and move it a little bit that way. So keep going all the way around until you finish the whole entire color wheel, and it looks like this. And then we'll move on to the other parts in the next video. Okay?